Hey everyone. Eid Mubarak to you all. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rizvee and today I'll show you 7 simple tricks to make your photo to go from this to this. These 7 tips will make your photo look livelier. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into the tutorial. Leave a like if you like my content and subscribe if you can. You need to know one thing before starting this video. The tips I'm going to show you will only give great results to outdoor photos. In indoor photos, these tips does not work that much. So that is why I've chosen a photo that I took when I was on a tour. Now, let's start. After we open our selected photo in Photoshop, we'll adjust some things in the camera, raw filters. Go to filters and click on camera, raw filters. We'll tweak these amounts to make the photo look a little better. First, make the temperature 3 and tint 1. You will not see any changes. But once we make the exposure 0.25, we can see some changes in the photo, right? Now, keep the contrast from 10 to 15, 11 works for me. After that, make the highlights -20. Make the shadows -20 as well. Make the whites 15. Do not make this amount so big that it kinda blows the color of the photo. Make it as subtle as you can. Make the black -22, clarity 18 and vibrance 7. Once you're done adjusting these values, click this button on and off to see the changes. Looks pretty good already, huh? Now, click Ctrl plus Shift plus N to make a new layer. Then press Ctrl plus Alt plus Shift plus E to activate the stamp layer. What activating the stamp layer does is, it merges all the effects you've applied in previous layers and makes a new layer combining them. In this way, you'll be able to go back to the first layer if something goes wrong. Remember these hotkeys, we'll be using them quite often in this video. Now go to Filter, Blur and select Gaussian Blur. Choose a value from 4.5 to 6. I'm choosing 5.5. Press OK. You'll see the photo became a bit blurry. Now change its blending mode to soft light and make its opacity 40%. Turn this eyeball on and off to see the changes in the photo. Looks better than before to me. Again, press Ctrl plus Shift plus N to make a new layer and Ctrl plus Alt plus Shift plus E to stamp the layer. This new layer is the combined result of the camera, raw filter and Gaussian blur effect I just used. Press Ctrl plus Shift plus U to desaturate it. This will remove all the color from the photo. Make its blending mode overlay and you'll notice that your photo has become shit. But not to worry. Go to Filter, Other and click on High Pass. You'll immediately see your photo became sharper than before. Choose a value to your liking and press OK. Now, if I zoom in and click this eyeball off, you will see that the photo was kinda blurry in these areas, but now it's crisp and punchy. That's what we are going for. I will now select these 2 layers and press Ctrl plus J to copy it and make it a group named Copy. This will make the effect stronger. Keep the opacity from 70 to 80%. Our photo is looking good. Now create a new layer by pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus N, but don't stamp the layer this time. Go to Edit, and click on Fill. A dialog box will pop up. Make the contents color. I'm trying to make the hills in the background to be greener, so I'll choose a green color. And press OK. It will cover the entire document in green. Now, make the blending option soft light and its opacity 15%. Now, if we turn the eyeball on and off, we'll see the mountains have become greener. I've already shown you 4 tips. The 5th tip is optional, you can skip it if you want to. In tip number 5, I'll try to make this portion of the mountains a little bit darker, as they seem to be a bit white and off balance. This is a great tip that you can actually use in other photos if you want to change the levels of a specific object. Before doing that, let's repeat the process of creating a new layer by pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus N and stamping the layers by pressing Ctrl plus Alt plus Shift plus E. I'm going to choose the lasso tool from here to complete this step. After selecting the lasso tool, drag the cursor like this over the lines of your specific object. Hold your left button of the mouse and continue to select it. While you are at it, make the selection as clean as possible. Because if you select other portions, they will become dark too. Take some time if you have to. My selection is kinda crappy because I'm doing it in a hurry, sorry for that. After completing your selection, release the left button of your mouse, and you'll see your selection. Now, go to the adjustment layer and choose curves. Once the curves window is open, click on this line and drag it a little bit like this. You'll notice that the selected portion is getting darker or brighter based on where you are dragging the curve to. Make it a little darker and we are good to go. Now to make the photo a bit crunchier, I'll make a new layer and stamp layer on it and then desaturate it by pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus U. Then change its blending mode to overlay. Earlier, we ran a high pass when we desaturated the image, but this time I'll only reduce the opacity to 15% or 20%. Now the final step. Make a new layer and stamp layer on it. Then go to adjustment layer and select color lookup. Once the color lookup window opens, choose this option. Reduce its opacity to your liking. Then group all the workings. Select the top layer and select second last layer while pressing Shift. This will select all the layers in between. Now, press Ctrl plus G to create a group. Now if we click this eyeball on and off, you'll see how much our photo has changed. Started from the bottom, now we're here. That is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you did. Remember, these are all my personal preferences, you can edit your photos the way you like it. Till my next video, stay healthy. Peace out.